Hello and welcome to the new moon video. There will be a link down below if you'd like a reading, as well as a link for appreciation of these videos. Now the new moon will be happening on the 20th of February 2023. The sun will be in Pisces and the new moon will be happening in Pisces. And this is a collective message for everyone. Now the new moon is a new beginning, but we are in Pisces season, and Pisces season is the last zodiac of the astrological new year. The new year will start once again in Aries season. So that's the first zodiac, and that will happen around the 20th, 21st of March 2023, when we have the equinox. And that's when we start the first season once again, which is Aries. So Pisces season is the last zodiac. It's where we are coming to an ending, a closing, a letting go. And in Pisces season, we can feel a bit tired, especially with this new moon. Tired in the sense of we've been busy throughout the year, right? So go back all the way into 2022. You've been busy throughout the year. There's a lot you've been doing. There's a lot you've been understanding. There's a lot you've been having to work through. We had eclipses, we had retrogrades, a Mars retrograde last year coming into early of this year, January. We had all of that energy. So now when we come into the sign of Pisces, we can feel a bit tired, and that's okay. You know, this is where we come to an understanding, a spiritual understanding of all our experiences. So you can expect in Pisces season and with this new moon to look back, to look into the past, to see your journey, to see how far you've come, to see what dreams you abandoned along the way. The new moon is an inward energy, and Pisces in itself is also very reflective. Okay, so this is where we are working with the energies within ourselves. This is where we are within and we are contemplating, we are reflecting, we are seeing how we are feeling. And that is so important with this new moon. There's a lot of powerful manifestation that can happen with this new moon. It's gentler. It's a lot more easier in the essence of it having to do with us coming to an understanding of our spiritual journey with all the physical experiences we've had to go through. And that's where we come to this understanding, and we are willing to let go, release, and surrender. This is a time where you need to trust. Pisces is about trusting. You might not know all the answers. You might not know, what's going to happen next, but you trust and have faith that the universe, the divine, the spiritual energy will deliver you to where exactly you need to be. And that's why Pisces energy is so important for manifestation, because it's where we tap into our spiritual and emotional understanding of what we need to let go of and surrender and trust that everything will work out. So given the energy of Pisces is a lot more slower, this energy is a lot more reflective, it's so healing, it's transformative in the essence of us having to go inside of ourselves and really see what we want to bring forth into our lives. At the time of this new moon, we are going to have Venus in the sign of Pisces, also completing a cycle because it will be entering Aries later, and we have Neptune in Pisces. These two are coming together in the sign of Pisces. So the sun, moon, Neptune, Venus, all in Pisces. So there's a very strong feeling of letting go, surrendering. We are clearing out in order to bring something new. And this is so important with the aspect of manifestation. When you are manifesting something, you've got to be prepared to let go and release and make room. So you have to let go of something within your life. Sometimes it is people, sometimes it's a situation, sometimes it's a thought process, sometimes it's a feeling. You are going to be letting go of that, surrendering it, coming to an understanding that I don't have the space for this anymore. And if I really want what I want, I'm going to have to let this go and close the door. But there's a beautiful essence of where we are kind of going with it, going with the flow of it, where we are just gently embracing it, because it's been something that has been already in our awareness given our experiences from 2022 coming into 2023. So we're already aware of what we need to let go of. And this energy is making it so much more easier for us. There is a sextile to Pluto in Capricorn, also at the last degree in Capricorn, because in March, Pluto will move into the sign of Aquarius towards the latter end of March. Pluto will move into Aquarius. So we have 1 month of Pluto being Capricorn. So we are closing chapters. This is where the karmic energy of what we need to close when it comes to our relationships, Venus, our love, what cycles and patterns do we no longer want to be a part of, what is affecting our sense of self-worth, that we are closing off energetically, and we are okay with that. And that's the karmic energy of Pluto, where we are done. We are letting go. And like I said, Pluto will change signs in March. It'll move into the sign of Aquarius, where it'll stay for a couple of months, and then it'll come back into Capricorn. So that's the big thing that's happening. And also, Saturn is in Aquarius, but it's also at the last degrees of Aquarius, and it will be moving into Pisces. Saturn will be moving to Pisces on the 7th of March 2023. Again, a closing out. Notice the theme of closing out. So this is also those last days of Saturn being in the sign of Aquarius. So we have a seriousness about what we are willing to let go of. And that's the beautiful thing about Saturn. And Saturn being in Aquarius, coming to its end cycle where it's going to be moving into Pisces. We are coming to an understanding and a seriousness about our plan for our lives, what we need to do and what we need to close off in order to move forward. Now, Pisces is ruled by Neptune, the dreams, the illusion, but thank God for the Saturn aspect being around where we can feel a bit grounded, right? And it's also ruled by Jupiter, and Jupiter is in the sign of Aries. And this is where we have the courage to welcome in new opportunities into our lives. We can step into, this is what I want. This is what's important to me. I am willing to close these karmic cycles. I am willing to close these patterns. And it's not something that will be a shock to you. That's the thing. It's already what you are aware of that you're willing to already let go of. It's fading away from you. You know, it's like, I've ever bought something and it's brand spanking new and it's all shiny. And as time goes along, it starts to wear out. Say it's a beautiful top that you have. And you know, it's beautiful, the colors are bright, and it's been going through the wash now over a lot of years. And you are now looking at it and be like, the color's faded. I think it's time to let this go. I'm going to surrender this. I'm going to give it to, maybe I'm going to donate it, right? And that's the energy of it, where you are aware of what you need to let go of, and you're letting go of it in order to make space for something new, because you're looking at your cupboard and or your closet, and it's already so full, and you know, in order to bring in this new item, this new thing that you've seen, you've got to let go of this because it's worn out, it's tattered, maybe even say it's tattered and torn, and now you're not going to donate, you're just going to, you know, see how you can refurbish it, but you're going to let it go ultimately. And that is it. You're willing to let go of it. You're willing to release it into the universe, and you're saying, I'm letting this go in order to welcome what's new coming into my life. And that's the energy of this Pisces new moon. It's a lot to do with the process of letting go, surrendering in order to manifest. Jupiter is in the sign of Aries, and it's about the courage that you can take, right? Venus is in Pisces, conjunct Neptune in Pisces, which gives us a physical love, which is Venus, physical love, physical energies of luxury within our lives. And the Neptune is the part of the fantasy that are joined together, but it's sextiling Pluto, which is telling us what do we want to close off within our lives to step into our empowerment. And Pluto has to do with transformation. It's very alchemy, the energy of Pluto, where you end something in order for something else to be reborn. And this is the energy that is coming through for all of us. We all had to go through a lot of changes in 2022. We all had to see things within our relationships, with ourselves, with others, and the world around us. That now by the time this Pisces new moon happens and we end Pisces season, which is the last zodiac, we come to the understanding of what we need to close off in order to welcome the new opportunities. Jupiter in Aries, as Pisces is ruled by Jupiter and Neptune, and we are going to bring it into our lives. At the time of this new moon, we do have Mercury in Aquarius, and it would be in trine to Mars, which is still in shadow period, in its shadow period because it went retrograde in 2022. Right? In Gemini. So Mars is still in Gemini. It's been in Gemini since last year due to the retrograde, and Mars will be shifting signs in March, towards the latter part, around the 25th of March. Mars will move into the sign of Cancer, but it's still in Gemini. So we've been going through this process, and Mercury is in Aquarius. And these two are in a harmonious aspect where we can think clearly, where we'll be communicating. There might be a lot of chatter, especially with the Mars in Gemini, of the experiences that we've been through, having to process that, and now we're looking at what actions we can take, especially with the Mercury in Aquarius. We'll be thinking about it. It will be in our mind, and we'll want to communicate it, and we'll be thinking outside the box. Mercury loves being an air sign, so Aquarius is an air sign, and it's trining Mars in Gemini, so we'll be thinking and communicating. Watch out though for over mental stimulation. Remember, Pisces wants us to quieten down. It is the energy of solitude and surrender to the higher power. You know, there's a duality aspect in Pisces that has to do with our human experience in connection to our spiritual experiences, where we go through our human experience and we connect to the spiritual aspect to have an understanding of our experiences in order for us to move forward. It's where we say goodbye, surrender and let go in order to welcome what is new, and that will come through with the start of Aries season, because Aries is where we start, we begin, we welcome the new energies into our lives. But Pisces is the surrender, the closing point. Perfect new moon for manifestation. It's lucky. We are leveling up in our energy. We are open to the opportunities through the aspect of surrender and connecting to our spiritual energy around us, higher self, angels, guides, universe, manifestation, power, creativity, and a deeper sense of love will be definitely coming through during this new moon, because we are closing all karmic cycles. That means we are having a shift within how we love ourselves, and in that, how we love ourselves, how we love those around us. And it's okay to let go of what is no longer serving you, what is unhealthy, what do you feel is bringing you down, what do you feel is draining your energy. We'll be closing the cycles to that, but not in a difficult way, but more in an ease that Pisces allows us to surrender, where you just like, I can't carry this no more. It's not worth it to me. I know I'm worth so much more. I know I'm divine, and there's a divine power within me, and I'm willing to connect to that divine power and let it guide me to the new chapters that await me within my life. Thank you so much for watching. Do like and subscribe, and comment down below how you are feeling during this Pisces new moon.